Hey everyone, welcome back to Online Education Academy Zere. So in today's lesson we'll be doing the life of Pi Samar, right? We'll summarize the story. So okay, fine. So it's with the timeline format. So in 1961, it's the birth of Pi. He is named after a glorious swimming pool in Paris called the Piscine Molitor. So this name he was given by Mama G, his family friend, the close family friend of the Patel family, the one who taught him how to swim, the reason for him to survive in the ocean for 227 days with a tiger. So 1968, Pi learns to swim. He is 7 years old and a family friend, Mama Chi, gives him his first swimming lesson in the ocean. So this Mama Chi, the family friend, is the one who teaches him how to swim. Is the one who also gave him the name Piscine Molita. Okay. Then 1975, religion. Pi grew up in a Hindu family, but he stumbles upon a church and decides to be a Christian as well. The following year, he walks into a mosque and adds Islam to his collection of religions. Once the heads of the different faiths find out, they wanted him to choose just one, or in other words, their own belief, and they place immense pressure on him. So once the heads of these different religions found out, they wanted him to select one, but now he was still deciding which one to go with. So he decided to, however, Pi continues to practice all three religions. Now he continues to practice all three religions to find out which one is going to suit him. Now he's still learning all three of them. And then 21 June 1977, reasons for his voyage. When Pi is a teenager, about 16 years of age, his father decided to close the Pondicherry Zoo and to immigrate to Canada. Because of political uncertainty in the country, Pi, his mother, father, and brother Ravi all board the Tumtum along with the zoo animals. Right. Due to political uncertainty in the country, now they had to immigrate, to have to sell the zoo and immigrate to Canada. Right. So with the zoo animals who are to be sold along the way. Right. That's the reason for him leaving Pondicherry. And then so 2 July 1977, shipwreck. This is when the ship sinks. Pi hears a noise in the night and goes on deck, only to find a storm raging. Now he finds the storm raging it was very aggressive towards the ship. The storm raging against the ship. When he gets back to the cabin that he shares with his brother, Ravi, he noticed that there is water on the floor. There was a lot of water now. So the people got killed by drowning because they were asleep. Then water came and covered his family. So he then returns to the deck where he is thrown into a lifeboat. When he returns to the deck, he tells the people who are there on top of the deck that, hey, my family is still inside, is still down there. They say no. They say it's too late now. They just throw him into the lifeboat. 9 July 1977. Then Pi kills his first fish. Pi kills a flying fish by breaking its neck. This saddens him, but soon after, he kills the dorado by beating it with an axe hilt, and he feels ecstatic and proud that now I can do this. A person can get used to anything, even killing, because the more you do things, then you get used to those things, right? And then 17 August 1977. So Pi stops now looking for ships, because he's been looking for ships for rescue. He finds out that he's alone there. He's with Richard Parker. At this point in time, he sees that At this stage, Pi stops looking for a rescue almost entirely after expending all of his flesh, which happens to smell like cumin. He realizes the very high improbability of being rescued by a ship, because he sees that he's alone there with his boat, with the inside the lifeboat. So in that lifeboat is with Richard Parker, the tiger, there. So when he looks for rescue, east, west, south, all what he can see on all direction, it's just water. It's just water flowing. He cannot see any ship that can rescue him. So he sees that no, there's a high improbability of being rescued by a ship. So okay, then moving on. So 20 September 1977, no more raft. Pi gets under the trampoline with Richard Parker during a brutal storm. The raft breaks free and the lifeboat is slightly damaged. Right. So 30 September 1977, Pi trains Richard Parker. Now he realized that he needs to train Richard Parker if he ought to live with Richard Parker, because at the same time Richard Parker is this fierce animal, is this enemy of Pi, is this tiger who wants to eat Pi all their time in the lifeboat. But then also he cannot live without Richard Parker, because if Richard Parker dies, he's gonna be all alone. There's a probability that he will die. So he needs Richard Parker, but then at the same time he's afraid of Richard Parker. That's like, it's the irony there. It's the other way around. He needs Richard Parker, but at the same time he's afraid of him. He's the enemy, but at the same time is the companion of Pi. So Pi trains Richard Parker. Now he sees that I need to train this tiger. I need to establish my dominion. Pi wants to be able to get into the lifeboat more often. So he starts to assert his dominance by blowing a whistle loudly while rocking the boat and making Richard Parker feel seasick. Now he makes this Richard Parker to feel seasick. He is finally able to gain complete dominance over Richard Parker during a stare down over a Dorado fish. During a stare down, he stares that, because he was taught about animal psychology by his father. So he stares without fear, staring at Richard Parker to establish his dominion. And then 2 October 1977, mortality. Pi is reminded that Richard Parker is not as all-powerful as he appears to be. As a Mako shark, that Pi unwittingly throws onto the lifeboat attacks Richard Parker. 10 October 1977, the oil tanker. Pi and Richard Parker finally encounters a ship they think is close enough to see and rescue them. Pi becomes absolutely distraught when they nearly get run over and the flare he sets off ricochets off the ship into the water. It is here that Pi declares his love and gratitude to Richard Parker. 25 October 1977, Pi and Richard Parker go blind. Richard Parker is the first to go blind, and then Pi finds that a black dot grows in his vision until he too is unable to see. They are both in a very bad physical condition, skin and bone. 27 October 1977. So the Frenchman, Pi is weak, and when he hears a voice, he decided to talk to it. At first they talk about food, but Pi is delusional and thinks that Richard Parker is talking to him. So he asks the man some questions and find out that he killed a man and a woman. When he hears the French accent, he realizes that it is a person. The man boards Pye's lifeboat and tries to kill him. Richard Parker kills the Frenchman. 29 October 1977. Returning vision. Pye regains his vision, and as he continues to rinse his eyes with seawater. So 14 December 1977. The Algae Island. Pye and Richard Parker comes across the Algae Island at this time, where they will find rest. 5 January 1978. The fruit. Pye encounters a tree with some fruits. He climbs the tree and notices that it has several stems, and as he picks it up, what seems to be fruit is actually very light and not fruit at all, but human teeth covered in leaves. There are 32 fruits, an entire human set. As he steps onto the algae at night, a searing pain shoots up his feet, and he realizes that the island is carnivorous. He realized that this island is actually carnivorous, is there to consume them. Whatever it gives by day, it takes away by night. So during the day, it seems harmless, but at night, everything changes. It becomes it takes whatever it has given you during the day. It becomes carnivorous. Now it wants to consume Pye. So 6 January 1978, Pye and Richard Parker leaves the island. They leave the island together. They take some algae tied on a rope behind the boat and as much food as will fit in the lifeboat. Pye is filled with grief, headache, and the pain of endurance, so he turns to God. So 14 February 1978. Journey on the sea ends. As they land on a beach in Mexico, Richard Parker leaves the boat and goes straight into the forest. Pye never gets a chance to say goodbye. He is found some hours later. Pye survives at sea for 227 days that he lived with Richard Parker, his companion. Right. And then we have 19 February 1978. Benito Juarez, Afemari, Tomatlan, Mexico. 2 men, Mr. Okamoto and Mr. Chiba, visit Pye in hospital to investigate the sinking of the Timtum. Pye is asked to tell his story. The men are not convinced by Pye's story, as they do not believe that bananas float. They do not believe in the carnivorous island, and they are unconvinced about the tiger in the story. Don't bully me with your politeness. Love is hard to believe. Ask any lover. Life is hard to believe. Ask any scientist. God is hard to believe. Ask any believer. What is your problem with hard to believe? I know what you want. You want a story that won't surprise you, that will confirm that you already know, that won't make you see higher or further or differently. You want a flat story, an immobile story. You want dry island factuality. Dry island factuality. Right, so Pye decides to tell the Japanese officials a different story. This one, however, replaces the animal with actual people. After the ship sinks, he falls into the water and is pulled aboard with a lifeboat, thrown by the French cook. There is already a Chinese sailor who has broken his upper legs while jumping onto the lifeboat. They find Pye's mother floating on a pile of bananas. The Frenchman is a vulgar man who wants to cut off the sailor's leg. to use for bait. The sailor suffers long and excruciating pain from his wound before he finally dies. Right. After he dies, the Frenchman mutilates and cures the sailor's flesh so that he can use it as bait and eat it as well. Pie's horrified mother slaps the Frenchman. She kills Pie's mother and throws her head at Pie. The following day, fight and Pie stabs him to death. So this is the overview and a summary of life of Pie, the whole story. So thank you very much for your time. Please don't forget to subscribe on Online Education Academy ZA for more learning content. I love you all.